Hopefully everyone had a great New Year's Eve. Hopefully everyone's having a great New Year's. Congratulations to everyone who ordered a Tesla and made the federal tax credit deadline. I was hearing or seeing some tweets that Elon Musk was actually at the Fremont dealership and was helping out. So congratulations to everyone that made the tax credit expiration deadline thingy. I don't know. But anyway, let me take off these ridiculous 2020 glasses. So in this video, what I wanted to talk about is what happens after placing the order. Like what happens? Because it took a good amount of time. It took several weeks, a couple of months. So I'm here to share with you what I did, what happened, what to expect maybe, or maybe not. It's just the fourth quarter is always a busy time. So let's first start off October 19th. October 19th is when I went for the test drive, and if you haven't seen that video, please go check it out. And that's when I put my $100 deposit. I went ahead and placed the order, and that was pretty much it. I got an email they sent me inviting me about this new owner's workshop thing. So what happens during this workshop, I went ahead and reserved and brought the family down and went ahead and checked it out. I was able to meet with like a checkout specialist or something like that. Basically, you sit down with someone and they check out your profile, make sure, because there are a checklist. There's a checklist of things that are required so that you can speed through the delivery pickup or something. So pretty much they need a copy of your driver's license. They need a copy of your current insurance. If you're gonna go through financing with them, they need to pre-approve you, pretty much just to speed up the process of when you're picking up the car. So pretty much the order that I placed in October had an estimated delivery time of 6 to 10 weeks. What in the world am I gonna do? I joined a forum for Tesla owners, and this forum also had like an online spreadsheet where users voluntarily provided information regarding their order. That way it's a little helpful, because what you could do is you can check out the patterns of people who placed the order around the same time you did and see what they've been going through, what next steps maybe that are coming up, or are they getting their cars? Could I be next? So it's a pretty helpful community. So 6 to 10 weeks is a very long time. Joined the forum, just started talking to people, and I also read in some articles about what happened fourth quarter 2018, just to, I guess, figure out expectations. I don't know, but it's a tough wait. Do not expect to hear anything from them. You have to reach out. The person I bought the vehicle from or placed the order with, they're hard to get a hold of. It's a very common thing throughout the forum. People have shared their experience that no one reaches out. So I think Tesla should do a better job at improving customer relations. I mean, I think the experience would have been improved if an email would just be sent out, or maybe a text message saying, hey, we still know you're alive. You know, we're still working on your car. So it's just, yeah, nothing. If you want to get in touch, you have to do it. You have to reach out. And even then, most of the time that I called, no one answered the phone. I left voicemails, I emailed, and no responses. So just be aware of that. That's what I had to go through at the time. So going into this purchase, I turned off all of the options on the website that showed you the price after incentives and rebates, because to me it kind of gave a false I guess like a false sense of like, oh wow, it's really inexpensive. I didn't really, it's like, no. For me, I turned those off as if they never existed, and that's how I was able to determine whether or not, like, man, I can't afford this car, or I could afford this car. So that's what I did. Now, 6 to 10 weeks from October 19th is cutting it really close to the federal tax credit deadline, which is December 31st, 2019. It's $1,875. So if they aren't able to deliver this car and by December 31st, I don't get that. Plus, also keep in mind that it's a tax credit. It's not like, the government's gonna cut you a check. Here's 1875. Let's make it rain somewhere. Like, no, it's a credit. So look at it this way: if you were to owe federal $2,000 when you file for your taxes, they're gonna deduct 1875 from that. So instead of owing $2,000, you're gonna end up owing 125. So that's how that credit works. Or let's say you only owe $1,500. They're not gonna, like, the credit works where it's like 1875 and then you owe 1,500. Oh, I got change. No, you're not getting change. You don't have to pay the $1,500, but you're not getting $375 change. The credit doesn't work that way, at least from what I've read. So that's the tax credit. Now, living in Southern California, we also have, or living in California, not just Southern California, we have a state, what is it, a rebate, clean vehicle rebate program, CVRP. So at the time I placed the order, it was for $2,500. There was also some other things in there that they changed. So October passes, November passes. It was like Thanksgiving, and for whatever reason, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be out of town. What if the car comes? Like, no, it ain't coming. It didn't come. Thanksgiving came and went. And so December 3rd, we are now in December. And December 3rd is when they made changes to the CVRP, California Vehicle, or no, Clean Vehicle Rebate Program. So one of the big changes was it used to be $2,500. It now went down to $2,000. So they reduced it by $500. Also, after December 3rd, Model S and Model X no longer qualify. So, but the Model 3 still did. So again, that was one of the reasons why when looking into the vehicle and checking out the prices, I never considered any of the incentives or any of the rebate programs or anything, because anything can happen. And like this one, I wasn't able to get my car by December 3rd. So December 3rd came and went, and pretty much I lost $500 of potential, cash back. Because I believe the state of California, it is a check. They'll write you a check months later. So I was able to find a few insights after talking to people from the Tesla corporate office. He was sharing quite a few information that somewhat made sense on why things are happening the way they are. So the last quarter is pretty much always busy. It's always busy because everyone is pretty much trying to catch that rebate. Last year, fourth quarter 2018, the federal tax credit was cut in half, I believe. So people were rushing to meet that deadline. And this was no different from the previous fourth quarter last year. Also, when I placed my order in October, what I found out was October and November were the months that Tesla built cars to fulfill orders that are non-US. So pretty much they were building cars for like Europe, Australia, Asia. They were fulfilling those orders. They were focusing on those orders for those 2 months. So no cars were built during that month that were for the United States. So kind of a bummer. I wish I knew that. I should have decided earlier, like September, to make that cut. But I guess you live and you learn. So I'm sharing this information with you. It may change in the future, because keep in mind that the Gigafactory 3 is now open in China, and they started delivering. So maybe that would help with fulfilling orders in Asia and maybe Europe. They are building Gigafactory 4 in Europe. They may start in 2020 this year or next year. I can't remember. Which would help with producing cars and fulfilling orders outside of the United States. So during the time that I ordered the car, there was only one factory building cars for everyone, not just the United States. So that factored into the delay. Yeah. Wow. But it's pretty impressive how, like, all the logistics and all of the manufacturing. So December 1st is when they started building cars again to fulfill orders for the United States. On that forum that I've joined, the spreadsheet started getting updated more frequently. Now, what I also found was, even though they were building cars for the United States orders in December, they were mainly focusing on orders that were not in the West Coast. So the factory that's pumping out these cars is in Fremont, California, which is in the northern part of California. And they were working on orders from late September, October, and onwards. But they were prioritizing by, I believe, the trim level, and more on the East Coast, simply because they have now less than a month to fulfill those orders so that people can meet the federal tax credit deadline, and it takes days to reach that location outside of California. So they were focusing mainly on those orders. So I was like, man, and a lot of people online were like, just, man, kind of bummed out and upset. A lot of people were upset, like, hey man, we're like right here, just hook us up. It doesn't, I guess, work that way. Although I was reassured that they are still doing it first come first basis, but they were prioritizing orders that are like in the East Coast. Also, I found out that they build cars by batches. So there aren't that many options or trim level, but they focused first on the more common orders, which was the standard range plus. That is the most popular trim level, and that's the batch of cars for that they focused on and that they built. One of the things that's somewhat unique to my order, I mean, white interior, because 2 weeks before I actually got mine, people were getting cars that had the same option except the black interior. So it even made my car get pushed more forward towards the end of the year. Oh man, I was like sweating pretty bad, because we're in December now, and like, oh dang, we're nothing. You don't hear anything. From Tesla. You have to reach out. You have to do your due diligence, which, I mean, as a customer, you somewhat expect, hey, they should reach out to you, but they don't. So I don't know if this is something normal, or is it just because fourth quarter with all the deliveries. I've read somewhere that their goal was to pump out 100,000 cars in fourth quarter. I mean, can you imagine that? 100,000 vehicles produced in the fourth quarter. That's just amazing. So December 18th comes. We're beyond midway of December. Still no word, and finally an email shows up from Tesla, and the email is asking me, hey, go to this link and let us know when you are available. No, it was weird. The email is asking for days I'm not available to take delivery of the car. So I had to do like a double take, because when I went to click on the link and go to the website, I'm like, wait, did they mean that to give them the dates that I am available? But no, it's the opposite. I guess because it's the holiday season, like they just need to know what days not to pick to schedule the delivery. But yeah, I had to read it a few times. I'm like, am I reading this right? Like, tell them the days I'm not available? What? So there's another option at the bottom where it said, I'm available any day. And that's what I picked. Cause I'm pretty much ready to go. Like I've been waiting for this car for almost 2 months. So man, I will make arrangements. Just pick a day and tell me when to come. And so that's what I chose. I'm getting close, right? Like, oh man, it's this is really happening. But a few days passed and nothing. No other communication, nothing. So Saturday comes, December 21st, and I do my usual, check my profile online, go on the forums. Maybe people are getting their orders, people who ordered around the same time I did, with the same configuration, white interior. Because at that point, that was like the anomaly. Why are people getting their cars delivered before me, and they ordered their car after me? But the biggest difference was the interior color. The black interior was already available. And I believe at this time, the websites were starting to show inventory, stuff that are either on pre-production or are either on its way to the dealership or at the dealership. So you can come and get it. But they were all black interior. All colors were available. The standard range and the long range was available. No performance, and no stealth or sleeper. Just the standard range and long range, but all black interior, and all the options were available. And I believe within 24 hours at least, the dealerships in California, they sold through them. The following day, they didn't have any more available. So people are buying these cars. So I went ahead and checked the profile page, my Tesla profile, and learning on the forums, I find out that you can check the source code of the web page, and sometimes you'll be able to view your VIN number that they assign to you through the web page. And wow, I woke up and bam, VIN number pops up. I was so excited. I looked into it further, and it turns out they soft matched me to a VIN. This was Saturday morning. They soft matched me to a VIN. It means that the car is in pre-production. Maybe a piece of metal got stamped with the VIN number, and they have it scheduled to, go in the assembly line. They start building it. Now, it's soft matched, meaning I could still get a different VIN number at the end. Maybe because it didn't pass quality control. I don't know. Who knows? So yeah, I did that, and I was pretty excited the whole day. And at the end of the day, at night, I got a text message saying that the car is on its way to Southern California. And I was like, wow, I think it is really happening. Finally, I was pretty impressed with just the same day, pre-production in the morning, and then at night it's on its way to the dealership. And pretty much the text said, expect to hear from us so that we can schedule a delivery. The following day, December 22nd, Sunday, I get a notification from Tesla saying that would it be okay to schedule the delivery December 24th, Christmas Eve, at 10:30 a.m. And so I replied to the text. I'm like, yes, let's do it. I'm ready to go, and that was it. Didn't hear any other confirmation saying that we've received your yes confirmation, and come on by. So what I did Monday, December 23rd, is I called the dealership, the delivery team at the dealership, and I'm like, hey, I was supposed to, or I'm scheduled for December 24th. I confirmed via text, but I never got any response. So I'm still scheduled, right? And yeah, so I was scheduled. And what happened was, I guess people canceled or a slot opened up for that day. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take your latest schedule, and I'll come see you guys. I'll come see you guys on Monday night. I chose 8 p.m. and that's when we got the car, December 23rd instead of December 24th. So a little over 2 months, from October 19th to December 23rd. That's how long it took for me to get. That's what I had to go through from the day of ordering the car to the day that I'm picking up the car, the delivery. It took some time. I'm sure it would have been a speedier time during a different part of the year, but yeah, fourth quarter looks like it's just very, very busy, very busy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are in the market to purchase a Tesla and you don't have someone to refer you, please use my referral link at the bottom of the video description so we both can get hooked up with supercharger miles, get some free charging. And thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a video on the delivery itself, and stay tuned for that. Happy New Year once again, and thanks for watching.